Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble. We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Qu'est-ce que c'est here?
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you! You're also one of the Harbingers?
Yeah.
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
Qu'est-ce que Bendorf? Du calme, respire. Et pas trop tard pour récupérer ce qui a été volé.
No, don't let her get to you!
Ok, Paimon ne veut pas que je me batte avec elle. D'accord, je vais suivre son conseil.
You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, and our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle.
Elle a raison.
So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Avec tout ce qui s'est passé, et je me disais que j'aurais pu être aidé par Zhongli. Même s'il ne s'est pas battu jusqu'à présent, je suis sûre qu'il peut se battre. Et qu'il peut être très fort.
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on.
Alors, Zhongli a fait partie Tartaglia? Signora et Zhongli?
So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
Notre contrat? Le Gnosis? Ok, Morax, est-ce que parle de Zhongli?
What in the world are you talking about?
T'as quelque chose à nous dire, Zhongli?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
C'est le Gnosis géant? C'est ça?
How sanctimonious.
Alors Zhongli est le souverain de la roche? J'aurais des doutes, mais
What? So you're the Lord of Chio? No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the gnosis to the Fatui?
C'est vrai que ça m'intrigue beaucoup. Quel contrat il a passé avec eux?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract, for it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Et tu vas saisir. Pourquoi mettre votre propre mort en scène?
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky and all of Liyue goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain.
Vas-y, écoute.
As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue together with the Adepti. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
C'est intriguant. Son devoir, ce n'est pas pareil. Il est un dieu, il n'est pas comme un employé. J'imagine qu'il veut dire les responsabilités de gouverner la ville, en quelque sorte. Non, je pense que ça va plus loin, ça va dans toute sa vie, vu qu'il a aussi sa mort. Et là, son devoir de divinité, j'ai compris. Il veut changer d'air. Il n'a jamais pris des vacances de son rôle de divinité. C'est pour ça que maintenant, il veut juste être comme tout le monde.
Oh, Zhongli!
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue.
Alors, êtes-vous satisfait du résultat de votre expérience? Mais si tout avait dérapé, vous aviez un plan de secours? De toute façon, ça ne pouvait pas... ce n'était pas qu'un test, franchement, c'était un test, c'est fait pour ne pas être la vraie exécution, la vraie opération. Parce que personne n'aurait pu être ramené comme à l'état avant tout ça. Personne n'aurait pu croire qu'il est vivant comme avant sans se rappeler de ces événements entourant sa mort. c'est tellement important pour eux, pour la ville. S'il aurait été découvert, ce qu'il aurait fait, il n'aurait rien fait du tout. Il serait juste pas intervenu comme comment il voulait en finir avec ce contrat, c'est-à-dire devenir une personne comme les autres. Il ne serait pas venu au rituel de la descente. Il ne serait pas venu à aucun autre événement de la ville et aucune demande en personne de la part des 7 étoiles, des adeptes, peut-être des adeptes en dehors de la ville, mais parce qu'il ne serait venu pour personne. Il était totalement décidé. Et rien n'aurait pu le faire changer d'avis. Je suis bien curieuse de savoir qu'est-ce qu'il aurait répondu.
That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
Bon, par rapport à ça, fallait quand même le garder sous bonne garde, je comprends. Mais il ne serait toujours pas apparu pour les habitants sous sa forme de dieu. J'en suis certaine.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Alors, je suis sûre que c'est impossible, parce que dit Paimon, ça impliquerait leur faire oublier les événements des derniers jours. Mais il n'a pas les pouvoirs psychiques. Est-ce qu'il en a? C'est un grand mystère tout ça pour moi encore, là.
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too.
Vraiment?
Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people.
Pour ça, je dois dire, c'était impressionnant. Ils ont pu se comprendre. Même si les habitants n'avaient que entendu parler d'eux, ils ne devaient jamais les avoir vus avant.
Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague, Child.
Ok. La Signora était la plus officiellement en mission à Liyue pour ce contrat.
This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for joining me on this journey, traveler. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing.
Il ne peut pas avoir prévu l'agissement de Chai jusqu'à l'éveil d'Ortel.
I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all!
S'il a confiance en eux, alors c'est pas mauvais.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Alors, laissez la ville entre les mains. Oui, c'est vrai. C'est un très grand cadeau.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
Pour Charles, je crois que c'était bien normal, hein. Avec ses explications, tout ce qu'il a fait n'était pas nécessaire. Hortel n'avait pas besoin de se montrer, ni lui d'en faire trop à la chambre d'or. Mais ça a été une bonne partie de l'histoire. Ça a été un beau combat. On l'a fait.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything.
Tu as raison, hein, ça... Tout ça a aidé à l'accord des 7 étoiles et des adeptes pour Liyue.
If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight?
Tu ne comprends pas tout. Parce qu'encore, j'ai été aussi manipulé que Tartaglia dans cette affaire. Et c'est moi, Tartaglia, n'a aucune trace. Je dirais pas ça. Mais c'est vrai que j'ai été manipulé. J'aurais préféré connaître la vérité sur tout ça depuis le début.
Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the peace, no?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
La nation de la Tsarine est au-delà de la mer.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Quelle était la part du marché de Marco? Le bien valoir le Gnosis.
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Ça a l'air d'une extrême valeur.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all contracts.
Oui, son contrat pour changer de vie. Peut-être que Zhongli a gagné autre chose de grande valeur pour lui.
Paimon can't absorb so much information at once.
Oui, c'était beaucoup.
So, Zhongli, what sort of contract did you sign with the Cryo-Archon? Paimon's so curious.
One of the clauses of our contract was not to divulge any of its contents.
Je pense que quelque chose comme ça devrait être révélé. On est quand même des amis, non? On ne se trahirait pas.
You're so petty.